Alright, boys and girls, today we're going on a field trip. Super sucks that I can't be doing this with you in person, but I was talking about the mounds that exist at High Cliff, and I thought I'll take you guys up there. So we're on our way out to High Cliff. If you don't have a park pass, you can't buy them anymore because of the quarantine. You have to get them online. You can't buy them at the door anymore because there's nobody working, but you should get them online. And I'll show you how to get to the mounds, and we're taking a little field trip today, so see you in a little bit. So our field trip got canceled. I knew this and I forgot. High Cliff is closed on Wednesdays, so state parks are using Wednesdays to clean up and disinfect and crap. So yeah, we drove out to High Cliff on Wednesday to shoot our field trip, and we're gonna have to come back another day. I feel a little bit like Miss Frizzle driving the magic school bus. Maybe I'll get a costume ready for next time. All right, sorry about that. Try again later. All right, hey kids, we're trying High Cliff again to go do our virtual field trip. I'm just going through the office. They close at 7 on regular nights. Don't come on a Wednesday. All right, so we're gonna be heading, once you enter the park, you start the stop sign, you take a left and head up the hill. We get to the top of the hill, you take a right and go into the first parking lot. Right here's the Panther Mound. This is the one that I think looks like a squirrel. I showed you a picture of that earlier. It's called the Panther Mound. If this was a burial mound, there would be what's probably called, it's called a bundle burial, and it would probably be a bundle burial. They didn't lay bodies in straight lines. They usually let the bodies decay, and then they took the bones and they placed them into a bag of a bundle. And then they would place the bundle burials inside the effigy mounds. So this one's the shape of an animal, a panther, and the burial would likely be in the heart or in the head. Now these are reconstructions, these aren't originals, so there's nothing in any of these. I think they dug them up and looked and then rebuilt them so people could see. There's also, when they were effigy mounds, there's a lot less likelihood of there being burial goods, like arrowheads or like offerings that went in there. So if we walk just to the other side over here, this one's called a lineal mound, and you notice they're not super tall off the ground. Most of us would walk through here and not notice that they were here, except there's a sign, and it's basically just a line. And then just a little further up, that one's a conical mound. So these three are right at the right off the Redbird Trail if you come up here at all. That one's the conical mound, and you can see also like things are growing in them, obviously plants, but you can see some growth of like trees. I do believe that High Cliff comes up and takes care of them and makes sure nothing big is growing in them, but that one is just a circle. So we're gonna walk a little bit further along. I wanted to mention that this one's super unique, and I'll have Audrey shoot. If you look the other direction, there is Lake Winnebago, and where we are at High Cliff is way up on the top of a cliff. So this is probably, when people camp, they camp by water. It would be strange that this would be where there would be, because it's so far away from water. Like distance-wise, it's not that far, but you have to carry the water up the cliff. So this might have been like a special place that they would go to. It's also unique that there is a variety of different types. Remember we said that man mounds are really, really rare, so we won't see one of those today. But there's some other ones further up, so we're gonna hit stop and keep going. I would say most of the mounds up here at High Cliff are panther mounds. So I'm standing here at the head. It's hard to tell on the video, and right over there is the first leg, and there over there is the second leg, and then way down, Audrey wave, that's the tail of the panther mound. So obviously, let's just take a walk. Here's the front leg, there's the back leg, and you can see that the tail goes a very long time. Again, why I suggest it's a squirrel mound, because it's a long bushy tail. But these are the panther mounds. And if I just walk right across the way, here is another panther mound. You can, I don't know how well you can make it out. Man, it's pretty nice out here today. But the two front legs are closer, and the tail is very, very long. There you go, panther mound. I think that's panther mound 3. Here's a little plaque about how they made them. It's pretty unique that they didn't use any kind of animals. They're just made out of baskets of dirt and made into shapes. So they can actually tell that when they do excavations, because the different colors of sand and dirt, they can tell that they were brought in by basket load. So there you go. All right, so now we're standing in front of the twin buffalo mounds. There's one here. This is the head to the feet are over there. And this one has the head there with the feet, so they're laying, sort of their directional is the same. I wanted to mention that the people who made these mounds are called the Woodland Indians. And none of the Indians called themselves that. It was scientists and historians that later went back and said, this is the woodland phase. They don't know exactly what modern day tribe would be attributed to these. All different tribes, you know, claim them all as Native Americans, but they don't know exactly what tribe. And these were made about 1,500 years ago. So they didn't have the tribal names that they have today. So they're just called the Woodland Indians. Yeah, 1,500 years ago. There you go. These are the buffalo. Found a teepee. Now, as you remember, this would not have been what the mound builders lived in. The mound builders would have lived in wigwams. We would not have had teepees in this part of Wisconsin. But they're still really fun to make and play in.